Hello, hello, and welcome back as I prepare to channel my ancestors from Salem, Massachusetts and send it all up in a cloud of smoke in XCOM, War of the Chosen. Pete, were you actually related to somebody from the Salem witch burnings like Nathaniel Hawthorne? No, it's not as far as I know anyway. My maternal grandparents, I think, were like French and Italian, and my other side were German immigrants as far as I know, and all of them came to America well beyond the Salem witch trials, so pretty sure I'm not directly or even indirectly, like genetically responsible for any young women being burnt at the stake. But that being said, I'm still gonna channel that spirit into burning down old Day Il Madroni here, the soul butcher. Yeah, I'm coming for you, Il Madrone. Don't think you're gonna escape like El Chapo. How come all Colombian drug lords have really cool names though? Il Madroni, El Patron, El Chapo. They all sound so dramatic and cool, even though they're decidedly like despicable scumbags. Kind of like the people of Salem, Massachusetts, who aren't all those people alive. It's kind of a dick move, right? But, you know, when you think about the Salem witch trials, and particularly when you think about the people who were being burnt at the stake and executed as witches, it kind of makes you suspect the motives of those involved just like a tiny little bit, right? Mostly they were targeting like young women, and usually it was like adult male authority figures that were doing it. Do you ever just think that maybe, just maybe, somewhere in that whole chain of events, there was like an older dude hitting on a hot young lady? He's like, hey, baby, why don't you give up the goods? And she was like, no, you're gross and old and I don't want to. And he's like, well, she's a witch burner. I see a lot of that going on there. A lot of, oh, hey, hot young virgin, you want to have a romp with an older gentleman? And they were like, icky, no. And then it was like, well, you're going to get burned at the stake then. Nobody says no to me. I kind of get that feeling, like, yeah. Anyway, I digress. The coercive methods of Salem, Massachusetts, and trying to engender sexual encounters will have to wait for another day. We got some work to do here. It's important we get our loadout 100% correct. So, Rihanna, didn't I just make, like, all weapons available, though? I'm pretty certain I clicked that button in my normal everybody's fired moment. And I can't help but notice the fact that everybody here is still wielding mostly unmodified weapons, and they were not available. Second time's always the charm, for whatever reason. Rihanna, what abilities do you have? I can never... I just don't remember. You got the whole kit and caboodle, except for maybe Deadeye, which we kind of like to give you, and can. Shredder, Needle. You know what? Take Deadeye as well. That's solid. Let's make you then... You're going to be our armor-piercing shooter. So we're going to want to give you Superior Scope, Advanced Expanded Magazine's actually pretty good in that respect. Let's give you that, and then get these AP rounds. Now you ignore armor, destroy armor, generally kick the shit out of everybody. Miley Cyrus, we already know exactly what you're going to be doing, girl. Same thing you always do. Miley Cyrus is our execution shooter. Superior Expanded Magazine, Superior Repeater. Miley's locked and roaded. Rocked and roaded? She's rocked and roaded, Pete. Come with me, Raggy. We're going to go murder rich. That was Shaggy getting invited to a witch burning by his talking dog, who himself may have been a witch. Keanu Reeves, damage shooter. Yes, Superior Scope, Superior Expanded Magazine, Dragon Fire rounds for you, I believe. Seems good. Keanu's ready to go get Wiki. He's gonna get Wiki with it. Pull all the headshots. Pete, is he gonna go Sam Wiki with it? No, let's hope not. I don't want to watch him chew scenery. If I wanted to watch somebody chew scenery, I could actually just go watch a Michael Bay movie. Repeater, Superior Expanded Magazine. Scope or a Superior Repeater. That's a single shot 20% chance to kill, but it would be accurate. I'd rather go with the more bullets philosophy here for Lady Gaga, I think. And let's just give her blue screens in case we encounter any unwarranted robot action. Lady Gaga can bail us out of that. Jason Mewes, you are going to get, I think, a Shadow Lance and a Superior Repeater. And then Kevin Smith, I don't think you get a special gun unless we've gotten more mods that I don't know about. Actually, we have a few. We could give you a superior stock and an advanced... Well, the stock is garbage, but you know, an advanced repeater is still potentially useful. So I guess we'll give you a superior stock advanced repeater. It ain't great, but hey, it's something. That's it. We're in. 12 claymores. One witch. Is 12 claymores enough to start the fire that will burn this town clean of the plague of devil-worshipping brides of Satan? Guess. Hope so. I also wish Il Madroni had a less cool name. Man, come on. Why do drug lords always get such cool handles? You know, they should make drug lord names like call signs in the military, where your call sign is never anything like dignified. You're the greatest pilot in the Navy, let's say, but your call sign is like Tweety Bird. They always give them, your call sign is always something innocuous. It'd be like, you're Butterbean. Like, oh boy, I'm named after a fat boxer. You never get a cool nickname. There are no Mavericks, there are no Icemans. Those call signs don't exist. They have code signs like Sprocket. That's the kind of call sign you get. I'm with you, John Bradford. Dies today no matter what it takes. Do we want to kill everything on our way in to butcher the Dawn Butcher? It's not entirely necessary. I really hate Andromedons, though. My hubris? You're the one who just called yourself a child of the gods, sir, and you're accusing me of hubris. That's a real pot and kettle situation, huh? Old pot calling the kettle black.
I go where I am needed. No place for you to go now.
Yeah, this entrance actually kind of sucks because there's really no place for us to like stage an assault, but also be in cover. So we're not going to get a chance to move very far here.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Let's try and conserve all of our abilities if we can. These Andromedons just take too many resources to kill. They're too darn powerful. Too much friggin' armor is the main part. Like, we're gonna have to probably use a sting to take this guy out, and I don't want it. I suppose what we could do is just try and avoid him. Although, we are gonna need explosives for the Warlock. Now that I think about it, the Warlock is immune to explosives. So really what we want to conserve for fighting a Warlock is Banish and Annihilate. We don't have to worry too much about keeping a superfundity of explosives on hand. Let's go ahead and we'll burn some early, it's fine. We want to try and conserve charges of Sting, and we want to try and conserve, well, everybody's life. Stephanie, you're not really very good at this. We want to try and conserve Annihilates. We want to try and conserve Banishes. Well, Banish and Annihilate are inextricably linked, B. You're right. What we want to try and do is not use any of our consumables that are not explosives. That's what I'm trying to get at and expressing just terrifically badly. Jason Mewes, you would be not a bad button man here.
I go where you tell me.
Come up the side and detonate these two shit biscuits, would you? You said you go where I tell you, and that's where I'm telling you to go. Detonate some shit biscuits. Not entirely 100% detonated. So the question then becomes, how do we want to kill these men? We can silent killer the Spectre, no problem. Like, Rihanna comes in and just whacks him, and he's done.
Moving out. I will always find you.
Who else is an execution shooter? Kevin Smith, you are not. Let's have you silent killer the Spectre, actually.
I am on the move.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, that's actually a good shot, but you can't see the Spectre for some reason. Neither can you. The problem with that Andromedon is neither of those things actually generates a kill. Why is that Spectre fucking invisible? Keanu Reeves can see him, and Keanu Reeves is our high damage shooter. Just, alright, ice him. We could use a sting, or we could use a charge of concealment. And also, you know what? We should probably finally, for once and for all, just test this ability. Does killing an Andromedon actually count as a kill, or does it not? Let's see, and you know, there's still a coin flip that we don't get revealed, even if it doesn't. Which I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually count as a kill. Nope, it does count as all this time we've been concerned and terrified, and it in fact actually 100% counts as a kill. Kevin Smith then? He can't get us home. I would almost rather use my charge of shadow. The issue is we don't know where this guy's gonna go, and if we become revealed, he's gonna run right at us. And that could run him through our rest of the team and get them revealed, and I don't want to do that. He's not supposed to know where anybody is, so of course he immediately comes and steps on someone, because that's the way it always works. Well, I guess we know who's doing the shooting now. Jason Mewes, why don't you take a dead-eye shot? You're already porked, so 12 damage for that guy, and then anybody else can come and finish the job. Anybody else who has vision. Rihanna, that's fine. Come over here and finish off this stupid, smelly, ugly robot. That's leaking pus everywhere, by the way. Stupid, ugly, smelly, pus-leaking robot. Now it's dead. Freaking hate Andromedons, though. Jason Mewes has been revealed. No reason to let this good loot go to waste. We don't actually want to go into the next room anyway. Actually, where is the next room? We have to go... Is this a total dead end? This room is a complete dead end.
I go where you
and fortunately, we've been cut off by the poison, because there's no way for us to get around it. Yep. So we're just going to have to wait for that to go away. That's delightful.
My life is in your hands.
I guess that explains his movement patterns. He was actually moving to secure reinforcements. So we know, the one thing we know for certain is that there's another pod somewhere over in this direction. Lady Gaga, can you go snatch that loot? Maybe don't step in the acid. Delirium Core, Superior Expanded Magazine. See, now that's the kind of mod we can get behind. That is a beautiful modification. One we're glad to add to the arsenal.
My life is in your hands.
You're not going anywhere, though.
No one will cross.
You're right, nobody will cross because there's a big puddle of acid here and we have, like, no pathway around it. Is it gone or not? I guess it's burned out. It's burned itself out.
You taint this place with your infestation.
So there's a room over here, but how do we get into it? There are no doors. This facility sucks. Who designed this? The feng shui is all jacked up. It's just a passageway of endless corridors of no path.
That's a long run.
Vern Yip would be furious right now. The chi is all screwed up, man. You got your east side, your west side all mixed together. You got your yin and your yang. This is not one of those Reese's situations where you put your peanut butter and chocolate together and they make something better.
That's a long run.
You don't want to mix your yin and your yang like that. They need to be separated. It's important.
That's a long run.
It's part of the fundamental nature of the yin and the yang. The diametric opposites. Juxtaposition. It's important. You're just throwing it all away. Also, I should really probably conceal Jason Mewes. So under no circumstances can we allow Jason Mewes to be revealed again if our goal is to stealth this mission 100%. He is going to be revealed probably ultimately when we go in to fight Il Madroni over here, but it's just part of the cost of doing business, really.
I am at your service.
Nothing, huh? Well, we got Kevin Smith working the eyeball scene.
I understand.
Keanu, what do your ghost eyes see?
I'll be there soon.
Are ghost eyes better or worse than elf eyes? What if they're the eyes of a ghost? What if they're an elven ghost? What if you go full Shadow of Mordor and you've got the
Watch my back.
got the eyes of Celebrimbor? Also, that's definitely like an artifact from the Lord of the Rings universe, the eyes of Celebrimbor. That's the kind of thing somebody would boast about carrying. I have the eyes of Celebrimbor. I bear them into battle.
The time for hiding is over.
Well, if you guys could just go stand next to that explosive barrel and maybe stop right there. Yeah, that'd be just about perfect, really.
I once considered myself
No.
a part of your
Also no.
race. You seem so
Wow, that thing's gonna explode huge, though.
purpose. You do not
Well then, we don't really even need to get close. In fact, having somebody get close is probably a bad idea because they're just going to get detonated in the explosion.
A deadly trap.
It is in fact quite deadly, Miley Cyrus. Well observed. Go ahead and throw that claymore down and then maybe just give her the old remotes. Not any of these though, because you're killing our whole team.
Enjoy the show.
It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big show. Gonna be a big ass show tonight. Well, it's the big show. Pete, you seem inordinately fond of the big show. I wouldn't say inordinately. Who's not a fan of the big show? The man was great.
I go where you tell
Also, possibly the best ring entrance song of all time.
Alien Patrol.
The big show really had top quality entrance music. So Miley Cyrus can take this man down. Or rather, Lady Gaga is our robot hunter. I don't want to have to use a sting, though, and I don't want to reveal her to do it. We need somebody to soften him up, and it feels like the best method of softening, as odd as it may seem, is another claymore. Unless there's something else we can explode on his face. Nope. All of the face explosions are done. Well then, just chuck this out here.
Placing explosive.
Again, the explosives are not going to be that useful against the Dawn Butcher. He's immune to explosions. We'll need him against El Huntador, because El Huntador is not immune to explosions. In fact, quite the opposite. El Huntador is vulnerable to explosion. This guy, though, not so much.
I am trusting you.
Wheel Kevin Smith over here. Give him a little bit of softening. It's just a little laxative, a little extra fiber with your morning muffin. Just soften things up a little bit. A little bit of a stool softener, if you will. And now you're dead. Minimum damage from Lady Gaga is robot killed. Concealment conserved. So we've used 2 of our available, like, 12 claymores. The only problem is the way we've used them, because Miley Cyrus has thrown 2 of them. We should probably not go that way. Let's go to the other side that isn't on fire. Seems like a wise precaution.
I will go.
A few more bullets, and Jason used his gun, and I believe Keanu Reeves also used a bullet. Yeah, go ahead and reload, Keanu. Keanu did have a shot from where he's at, but I'm in no rush to take it. I say we just trail these guys in and try to kill them with 2 more claymores.
The Elder's love of your race shines through. They counsel mercy and plead with me to show compassion.
You know, you say that, but I'm dubious of your claims, sir.
I will go.
You seem like an unreliable narrator, and I just can't trust it. You know, like when Kylo Ren told Rey that her parents were nobody. People are like, oh, that's bullshit. I didn't like that. I didn't like... But, you know, he could have just been lying. He has a reason to lie. He's also not a reliable source. He's the Wikipedia of Star Wars characters. You can't trust him.
Volk says I am to obey.
So people are like, Wikipedia is not a source. And honestly, these days, I feel like Wikipedia is probably more of a definitive source than most sources. Wikipedia gets vetted harder than many scientific journals and whatnot. Please go stand near something explosive. Just, you know, make my job easier. Close.
XCOM.
What can we level in here? No, not that, though.
An entire world and all its peoples given to me, left to my tender mercy.
So suddenly we reach your true motives, then. Now we get down to the real nitty-gritty of it. Now we're down to the real nitty-gritty dirt band singing a song about going fishing at nighttime. You just want control of the whole planet. Nothing to do with the elders or their plan for all of us or any of that bullshit. It's just your grasping quest for personal power, sir.
I am on the move.
Honestly, you had more character when you were a believer. You really did. Speaking of belief,
Deadly trap.
yeah, I believe those guys are all gonna die in one catastrophic explosion, though. I, too, am a believer, and this is my belief. You are fucked.
Volk says I am to obey.
It's my belief that all y'all boned. Intriguing, but not worthwhile. See you in hell. Robot managed to stay on his feet, huh? Well, okay. I mean, for all the good it's gonna do you. What do you have to stop him, Pete? Oh, I don't know, maybe just the robot hunting Lady Gaga over here. And 99% chance to hit. I'm just salty that it isn't 100, actually. T in hell, by the way. Ooh, the robot died. That's tough on the old groin, even when you got a biomechanical groin. That's still gonna leave a mark.
I am trusting you.
That guy is not Siren Children. For multiple reasons. I mean, the genital trauma for one, and two, he's a robot. It's gotta make it doubly difficult being a robot with genital trauma.
I am on the move.
Do I hear chrysalids?
You can never escape
Yep.
my sight.
I hear chrysalids. A whole pot of them, in fact.
Yet for any of us to survive, the Elders must not fail. Humanity delays their own salvation.
I don't suppose...
Forbid now the
Well, I was hopeful that some of them might still be close enough, but no such luck. So, Rihanna, if you go deep with the Claymore, can you catch them all? Yeah, she's got the Pokemon explosion right here.
Delicate placement.
It's gonna catch them all. And then it'll just be covered, destroyed, all of them grievously wounded. Somebody will have to come in and mop up the pieces. There we go. 7 damaged everybody, shredded off what little armor they had. And now somebody just comes in and sweeps up the goop. Who wants to be the goop sweeper?
As you order, Commander.
Kevin Smith, always eager to get himself a serving of goop.
Energy signature directly ahead. This appears to be an alien transport device of some kind.
Not 100% to hit these cats.
Looks like we found our way out of here.
We're gonna start with our highest percentage shooters then.
gods, I'm coming.
Tell your gods I'm coming. The chrysalids don't really seem like the religious type, Kevin Smith. They really don't. Jason Mewes, you have a scope, so you should have a little better shot. We'll start with the guys in the back. Work targets farthest away. There you go. 100% for that Jason Deadeye Mewes. One more buys the farm. Take that, LaFours. That's the last time you secure them all. Maybe have Keanu come do his patented John Wick magic headshottery here. You just got wicked? Actually, it looks like John Wick has changed up and started shooting people in the dick. Wick rhymes with dick. That's just mean.
My life is in your hands.
If I have to get assassinated by John Wick, I should prefer you just take me out with the headshot. Don't shoot me in the dick, bro. I know it's your stick, because shooting in the dick is what makes John Wick tick. Just headshot me, though, bro. Just headshot me, please.
I must move quickly.
We don't really have to move that quickly anymore. I think everything is dead, Lady Gaga.
How much longer
Yep.
must I endure your sacrilege?
I'm gonna guess 1 turn, Warlock. You have to endure my sacrilege for 1 additional turn.
Come and yield to my embrace.
Because I want to reload before I come downstairs.
You merciful slumber.
Merciful slumber?
at your service.
He's Robert Ford from Westworld.
I am trusting you.
We're going into a deep and dreamless sleep, chat. Yeah, but everybody reload, though.
Give me time to reload. Give me a minute.
No, you'll go into a deep and dreamless slumber.
And reload.
And possibly achieve
I
century.
need to reload.
I loaded these.
What's going on here, though?
I am reloading.
That was really weird. I hit the reload button, and then all of those other things happened. I'm gonna end my turn out of a fear of a bug. Everybody get in the zone.
For years, would that the elders did not need your race. I would have ended its existence long ago.
You have shown no evidence of being able to exterminate humanity as a species, sir. I mean, literally 0 evidence. Every time you've come onto the board, I believe we have thoroughly butchered you. The only chosen to have escaped us are the assassin and El Huntador. The assassin because it's literally scripted that way and we can't kill him the first time we encounter him. And El Huntador because we were just too lazy to kill him. That's how little respect we have for the chosen. We don't even bother to kill you simply because it's slightly inconvenient. That's how little you matter. Gonna do things a little different on this time. Little bit in that we're gonna mop up the summoned crap before we bring out the Warlock. What I'd like to do is have the Warlock spawn, have one of my banished shooters kill him, and then everybody else can turn and single shot the device. Because it does turn out that you can't banish the device, which is sort of what I was expecting to do the first time we fought this encounter. Didn't really work. We're going to try and do things a little better this time now that we've learned it's immune to banish and annihilate and etc. But we're going to have to see if our new plan bears fruit next time, because this episode is over. If you've enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to watch the culmination of our quest to burn a young woman alive for refusing to have sex with me, might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of XCOM every single day. Right now, thanks very much for watching. See you again soon.